I have an issue with video games. Let me explain it like this. Imagine a box with around 15 games inside. There's your two typical ones that you tend to play very often, and then around 4 that you essentially have a phase on, and then switch to the next 4 once you get bored. Seems regular so far, right? Well, here's the issue. You never really complete those games, and you never really expand the box. So it's a loop of those 15 games that you don't even finish, and you do this every year, over and over and over and over. This is the best way to describe how I play video games. I have two games like, I don't know, Minesweeper and CS for example, that I tend to play very often, and others I simply have a phase on. Maybe I'll play a bit of Terraria here, I'll play a bit of, I don't know, 60 seconds, or Team Fortress 2. And maybe on a very rare occasion, I might get a new game. But that essentially hasn't been happening at all in the past. I was simply stuck to what I consider to be good games, and I just didn't want to leave my circle of video games. And you know, I was fine with that, because I was not only enjoying them, I was having a lot of fun playing them with friends. And I didn't have issue with just uninstalling, installing, uninstalling, installing the same things, because I just felt good in that. But recently a wave hit me that just made me realize that I don't want to play the same things anymore. I kind of want to experience something new. But not only experience something else, I want to start simply tying up all loose ends of the games I have not completed. Across many years that I've been playing video games, I always started so many and never really finished any, to be honest. I simply like the aspect of beginning a new world and just thriving in that fresh start and just existing in the newness of everything. But truly committing and sitting down to a game and trying to finish it was also the case of sometimes I just didn't have time. I just wanted to play more games, and in a way it translated also to my real life. For example, with YouTube videos, I could sit down to something, and I just really couldn't focus myself to finish it fully. So around 6 months ago, I finally decided that yes, this is the time to change my life, my ways, my movements and everything else, and to finally try to sit down and clear some of the games I have left behind for so many years. But just so you know, I didn't change my life from one day to another, that I just got up, yes, I will be thriving in video games all day and all night. Nah, it simply was like a switch from one day to another that I'm doing this now. I'm going to be trying my best to just cut ties with the game and just finish it. But is this even worth doing? Yeah, of course it is worth it. If you have a goal, if you have any personal goal, you can always do it, and nobody should ever push you to not do it or to do it. For me, going back to the game I have left behind and maybe finishing it, or maybe even learning something new about it, feels just simply like I have closed fully a chapter that I would have come back to, then left again, and then come back to again. So in the past couple of months, I have gotten back to some games that I have never really tried to finish, even though I played them like bajillion times, but just never took my time to fully complete them. One of them, as you can see, is Terraria. I have tried to beat it many times by myself, but mostly my completions of it were that I was starting a world, playing for like a couple of days, then I've waited around 2 or 3 months, then I got back to it and I kinda lost sense of what I was doing, so I played for like a day or two, got bored again, and you know the process. Eventually I got to the end, I've beaten the game, and I was happy, but I never really had a session for like 2 or 3 or 4, well maybe not 2 or 3 or 4, but like a week-long session where I am going to beat this game. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to grind this, and I'm just going to be pushing myself to be able to finish this game. Like in one week gamer session, if you know what I mean. And actually, I have managed to do just that, as you're gonna see soon in the background gameplay. Aside from Terraria, I actually never really completed Minecraft, which is one of my most played games ever. I have like a million worlds started, I love just building, I love playing with friends, playing Bed Wars and everything and that. But just like in Terraria's case, I never really sat down and fully tried to finish it. It's not that I wasn't putting effort into the game in the first place, I simply wasn't putting the effort into beating the game. I was putting a lot of effort into, I don't know, like building, caving or whatever, having fun, goofing around, but finishing the game, finishing the story was never never really something that was on my mind. Like I was like trying to beat it. I was like gathering resources, doing everything I could, but like the main point, the main goal was not always on my mind. It was not the main priority. That's because I feel like I was just experiencing the game for the things that I can do in the game. I wasn't playing it for the finish. I was playing it for just the world that it gives me. So when I beat Minecraft finally and I saw the credits, I felt such a sense of completion that not only inspired me but also motivated me to try this with other games, hence the Terraria. If you watch my previous video, which is I don't remember, it's beating your idols and how I did it. If you watch the video, you will learn that I had a great journey with Minesweeper and that I was losing a lot of time trying to achieve this incredibly important goal to me. This Minesweeper grind has actually resulted in me kind of not being able to pursue other games in the first place. Since I was stuck with my Minesweeper goal, I didn't want to have a couple of quests of finishing or achieving a goal running at the same time. And since the Minesweeper goal was taking a huge amount of my time since it was so hard to do, I couldn't really progress in any way to just finish a game, really, you know? Because to me, being so close to achieving that goal in Minesweeper, I just really wanted to get that done. So I just kind of soft-locked myself in playing video games. So once I finally got this over with and I felt like the shackles dropped from Minesweeper, I realized what have I missed on and what can I do and what do I want to do. But before that, I realized something very important that caused this issue in the first place, that I was just simply taking more time than I should with just finishing those games. That simply playing and finishing games, Minesweeper or whatever, has simply taken a form of my main hobby, which it clearly was not. I didn't see it as a main hobby, but my actions made it seem like it was a main hobby. I consider games as just like a side thing that I do for a couple of hours maybe at a day if I have a free weekend or whatever, but that over the years has quietly actually turned into my main thing, and I was just spending too much time doing something that I didn't think was important to me, which is pretty interesting, to be honest. I was both seeing this as something unimportant to me, yet still I was doing everything I could to finally try to finish it. So instead of long, lonely grinds, I started playing more casual games with friends to just get more fun from gaming and just enjoy things more with friends, because yeah, when you're alone and you're playing Minesweeper for 10 hours, you're not gonna be a happy human. And that is so refreshing from speedrunning or just playing some sort of grind type game or whatever, that I highly recommend it to anyone who wants a change. But anyways, this change of trying to finish more video games has led me to try to expand my just video game catalog. I already have plenty of games on Steam that I have played for an hour and never really touched, that recently I've picked up again and tried to complete them. And yeah, Terraria is going to be the example again. After completing it for background footage for this video, I truly felt good. I didn't feel like I was forcing myself to play, I just felt like this is something that I want to do purely for myself. There isn't a double meaning to this. I don't feel like I am even doing this for a YouTube video. I am truly feeling like I am enjoying gaming and I am just happy from what I'm doing. I'm not forcing myself, I'm just living the experience that I'm having. However, there is still one big issue that is bothering me, and that is that I simply cannot enjoy new video games. I feel like I don't get attached to something that is just purely new. I just don't like riding the trend of just playing this. It might sound silly, but I just don't like that fact. Good example of this is Don't Starve. At least in my circles, my friends were playing a lot of it around 6 or 7 years ago, and I bought it myself, but I simply could not enjoy the game. Same thing with Rocket League. I bought it like 7 years ago. I played it a bit at the beginning, didn't like it as much. Some time passed and I've played a lot of it, especially with friends. It's really fucking fun. I'm not sure if it's because I don't like going on trends or I just have a very specific taste, but I kind of like the way it is. And thanks to finishing this specific Minesweeper goal, I realized that yes, I may have a specific just taste in video games. Maybe not even the taste, but just the way I approach playing video games. It may have been a bit different from others, or it still may be, but if I just enjoy myself, then I'm the only winner in the end after all. And if I find it more enjoyable by having a goal of just completing it, then I guess it's better for me. One thing that I didn't want to do is make a video that's just saying I don't enjoy video games at all. I think they're bad and everything. Because yeah, for example, let's take Minesweeper. Yes, I have played it for like 4 or 5 years, like just like grind everyday type of way. Of course, when I'm gonna like sit down to making a video about Minesweeper being enjoyable, I'm gonna say no, it's fucking shit, I don't like it, I don't think you should play it at all, and it's just fucking falling down, it's garbage, and I would just highly suggest to never even try to play it, because it's just so bad. And I could go for hours of why I don't like it, because I have simply got everything that I could out of this game. This was also something that I was fearing myself. I feared that I would just stop enjoying this game forever. That seems a little bit silly, but I just liked the experiences so much that I felt like I could never get them again. And of course, I'm not gonna be enjoying those games if I just keep playing them over and over, because I'm essentially just giving myself the same dopamine over and over. And yeah, there are gonna be spikes sometimes, I might enjoy some specific moments in those games, but if I want to try to just reach out myself and try some other games, I want to be able to truly enjoy the game, because I will truly suck everything out of it. And that's something that I wish I would know myself when I was just playing beforehand, but you know, the more you learn. You know, also to maybe add to the fact that I'm trying to complete more video games now, I was considering to just start streaming them. I've kinda did that in a way with Celeste and playing it a bit, but I've kind of stopped. Since, you know, I've kind of gotten bored of it a bit, and you know, the circle thingy of just, yeah, I'll play it later. And I feel like just streaming can be a pretty cool idea for being a bit more consistent with finishing games, since it just brings me joy, and I feel like with streaming it could be a bit more fun. I'm not saying that I will, I'm not saying that's a plan or idea. It's just a little idea that I had, since, you know, we're finally starting to make progress and all. You might ask yourself, what is this video for? Well, this is simply the beginning, like, of the post-Minesweeper arc, and, you know, you just kinda have to start it somehow. This is the way I just felt like so, and I'm just enjoying making this video. So yeah. So that's it for this video. I want to just thank you so much for watching. I would appreciate so fucking much if you'd like and subscribe, and I promise I will do more. Yes, look at me, I'm doing it and I'm actually enjoying it. So yeah, have a good one.